All right, it's 6 p.m. Central somewhere. It's 6 p.m. Central right here. And today I'm at my second favorite coffee shop in Austin, Texas. Yeah, not my first favorite, but my second favorite. Ironically, my first favorite coffee shop in Austin, Texas has my least favorite management team. But I do like their coffee, I like their vibe, I like their CEO and everything they stand for. And ironically, my second favorite coffee shop has the best management team that I've seen anywhere in the country, and specifically at this location. Martine and Rory and company do just a tremendous job here. Panera Bread is a service to this community, a great service. Ironically, the coffee shop's basically empty today, and I don't know why. They support and give so much to the community. They have their own nonprofit foundation and just do so much for just about every community that they're in. I would think that more people would put forth a little extra effort to support that sort of thing, but things don't always work out the way you think they might. So anyway, I was intending to go live today, but as per some kind of YouTube regulations, they say that I have not created 50 shorts yet, when ironically I've created 61 shorts year to date, but they won't let me go live still. And this brings up a very interesting point for me in regard to policy, computers, and just how things work in our culture. A computer, can't really flex in the moment. A computer, an algorithmic system, cannot adapt to organic situations. So while I've actually created more than 50 shorts that are live on this channel, for whatever reason I didn't do it the right way, or click the right button, or put it in the right way, or do whatever, and it doesn't recognize that I did that, so now I'm boxed out of live feeds for now. And I'll work around it, I'll figure it out, I'll find my way. But how many times does this happen in our culture? Where we rely on computer systems, we rely on algorithms, we give up responsibility to things that are outside of our control, that actually are within our control, but we pretend like they're not. We say, oh, the computer did it, or that's just the way it is, or that's just the policy, or things of this nature, without taking any self-responsibility or accountability. And this is just one example. So who am I? I'm really just a voice from the community. I've been homeless for almost 4 years, and I've really, being homeless actually was a choice. It's not a choice for everyone, at least initially. At some point along the journey, it is a choice to remain that way. And it's either a personal choice, the community's choice, or a combination of the two. And I think for a lot of folks who don't have supportive family, who don't have supportive friends, who don't have supportive communities, it becomes somewhat of a permanent condition for a lot of people. And it's very, very, very unfortunate. We're all in this together, we're all humans, we're all connected, like it or not. It is the way it is. We're connected to nature, we're connected to automobiles, we're connected to our government, we're connected to the environments that we reside in. Connection is a thing, as much as some of us at times in our lives like to pretend that we're disconnected. It is a pretend. You are connected. I am connected. We are connected through this conversation and through everything that's happening right now in the world. Strait of Hormuz, Donald Trump, your local government, your religious organization, the neighborhood you live in, the family, your children. I'm going to go ahead and... Yeah, we're keeping this real, so I'm pretending like I'm live. We're just doing it in the moment. Anyway, you are connected, and whatever you're experiencing, whatever you're witnessing in your reality, you are responsible for that. And it's time that we all look around and take some responsibility for the world that we've created, the environments that we've created, the things that we support, and the things that we necessarily would like to see change. I think it's very, very, very important that we address everything in our lives, our communities, in the globe, with a collective consciousness, and we decide that each of us are responsible. I don't know how many times I talk to people playing this victim role, it's it's the Trump administration, it's the government, it's my mayor, it's my parents, it's my choice of cologne that I put on this morning, or I drank too much last night, or I did this, and I'm at the effect of everything around me. Well, you're not. You're actually choosing everything in your environment in every moment. And if you can also choose to speak up, act up, and change, or be the change, or you could choose to play victim. And the victim role is actually more responsible for a lot of the mess that we see around us today. The victim role is actually more responsible for that than someone who's maybe trying to do something about it and not necessarily going about it the right way. At least the effort's there. The awareness that something needs to change is there. And, the person who takes an action with regard to that, whether they're taking the exact appropriate action for that situation, at least has an awareness that something needs to happen, and at least is willing to put one foot in front of the other, speak one word that could create change. The victim mentality is just not going to support anything. So anyway, what am I doing here? Creating a YouTube channel and grassroots, creating a movement and trying to affect change in the community of Austin, Texas. I've been here for a little over 2 years, almost 2.5 years. November was 2 years. And I gotta say that this is a very interesting community. Keep Austin weird, all those type of things. That's the tagline. Things are different here. I have seen much weirder communities in our country, much weirder. They don't advertise themselves as weird. They're just strange. They're just different. And I think any community that you go into, you can pick out unique qualities of that community or that particular neighborhood or that segment of the population and say, well, this is different than something that's going on over here. We don't necessarily need to start labeling things just because they're different. Austin, Texas has gone through a lot of changes. Talking to the locals here, we've seen a lot of changes here in Austin over the past 10 to 20 years, and a lot of the locals don't like it. Some of them are actively seeking to do something about it. Some of them aren't. A lot of them are just complaining or surrendering, is what I've noticed. The thing about Austin that is very supportive is how they treat homeless, how they treat immigrants, how many organizations are here to actually help. Whether they're actually helping or not, they're actually putting their foot forward, and I've never seen more people fed, more places to eat, more places to get bus passes or support. I haven't seen that anywhere as much as I've seen here in Austin, Texas, for sure. But then on the other side of that equation, we've got the up and the down, the push and the pull. We've got a disparity here that's just ginormous. You've got parts of town where the average annual income is $1 million a year. Then you can go to several places in the community where there's people standing on the street corner,